Rise Up Nation? It's your boy Jazzy Jeff. Real talk, no gimmicks. And I was thinking to myself, man, should I make that put some respect on my quarterback's name video? Should I make that stop fucking with my boy Matt Ryan video? Should I make that you call him average, but he's literally the 12th passer of all time on the NFL list video? Should I make that he's a former NFL MVP video? We'll save that for another day. I'm in a good mood right now, and I don't feel like getting pissed off at people who are stupid. Anyways, what up, y'all? I hope y'all had fun 4th of July weekend, ate some food, hang out with family, enjoyed yourselves like I did. I know I always eat too much on 4th of July, but hey, what can you do? Today I want to talk about Julio Jones, what he said, and I want to talk about Mohamed Sanu. Should we move on from, when is it a good time to move on from Mohamed Sanu? As you know, it's always never a good time to say goodbye to somebody, especially women. So I know a lot about that, but that's another story for another day. So Julio Jones, he said he will not hold out on camp or in the regular season. He basically came out and squashed the whole drama over his contract, and he said, Arthur Blank gave me his word, and his word is gold. And so I believe Arthur Blank's word as well. I don't think that we have nothing to worry about. Every time Arthur Blank said a player should got paid, they ended up getting paid. And if you ain't going to pay Julio Jones, I don't know who you would pay, because he does everything the right way. He's not a diva like AB. But that's another story for another day as well. So I don't see anything there. Julio Jones is the best wide receiver in the NFL. That's my opinion, but what do I know? Mohamed Sanu. I read an article on NFL.com by Bucky Brooks, and he had an article about trades that should happen before the season starts. And he named Mohamed Sanu in his article, and he said the Falcons should trade Mohamed Sanu to the Washington Redskins for draft capital. On the Washington side, he said Washington needs the #1 receiver, and he thinks Mohamed Sanu can add veteran experience and production for them on that team to help Dwayne Haskins. And on our side, he said because Calving Ridley had 10 touchdowns in his rookie year, he's coming to his own, and that makes Mohamed Sanu expendable, basically. So then I started thinking to myself, that does sound like a kind of good idea. Well, let me dig a little deeper. Maybe I haven't been paying attention to my man in a while. So I went to his contract. He only makes $6.5 million a year. I know it's a lot for a #2 receiver, and obviously we don't have to pay Calvin and a bunch of people coming up in years to come. But he does turn 30 in August. That alarms me. But then I looked at his production, and every single year since he's joined the Falcons, he's gone up in yardage. When he first joined, he was in the 600 range. Now, the next year he made around like 750 yards, and this past year he had 853 yards. So he's getting closer and closer to being a 1,000-yard receiver. So if you ask me, give it 1 or 2 more years, and then we can start moving on from him. Plus, I actually like Calvin Ridley better in the slot. He's faster. He can motion. He can do a lot more things. He's more dangerous in the slot than I think Mohamed Sanu is. He's quicker out of his breaks than Mohamed Sanu is. So I kind of like Mohamed Sanu as the #2 big, tall possession receiver. And obviously we have that man as the #1 receiver. So I just think that our team needs to be healthy for once. Devontae Freeman for once needs to finish a fucking season. Okay? And when we have it full complementary pieces with Dirk Cutter back, no more Steve Sarkisian, I think we could definitely, finally show what our full potential is. I don't think Mohamed Sanu is declining. I don't see any decline in his speed. He actually looks a lot stronger than he did when he played for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm not ready to move on from Mohamed Sanu. I think 1 or 2 more years, and then we can finally move on from him. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and thanks for joining my channel. And as always, we rise up.